What is going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. Guys, today what we're going to do, you guys might get more of me than you bargained for. But what we're going to do is start off with this and do some maintenance, which is just going to be freshening up some wrestlers as we go along here. And then, hopefully, right after this, somewhere around 9 o'clock Central Time, we are going to do our very next episode 2. The thing is, so I downloaded a bunch of stuff and I'm changing some things up, right? And I keep finding cooler and cooler stuff. So here's what we got to do. That's pretty cool. This is a huge change for Jace's attire, if you guys remember what it was. Part of this change, though, we got to get in here and change a few things. Got to see which one I'm changing here. Yep, but don't change that one. How was everybody's weekend? Yeah, I just downloaded a bunch of images last night, too. Some super cool stuff, so I figured we'd go in here this morning and fix some stuff. We even fixed some things. We even got some things like, look, Blackout, that could be a pay-per-view event, no turning back. Could be a t-shirt or a pay-per-view event. Beach Break, pay-per-view event. This one didn't turn out quite like I thought it would. It looked super cool when I downloaded it, but then let's see, that's going to be something. I had a really good weekend, man. This is not going to start out like sounding super good, but my wife's dad passed away a few years ago, and so we ended up getting the boat. This year we ended up getting the boat, and my daughter caught her first fish off the boat, spit out the bone. That could be another pay-per-view event. So we took it out for the first time. We put a lot of work into this boat. Took it out for the first time. Had a really good trip. We did drop one of the props, but at least it had 2 props. So we were fine. Ooh, there we go. So it worked out well. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. It was good to get the boat out. So I just dropped the boat off yesterday at the it's an older boat. It's 1989. It's going to take some work. There it is. That is the thing we are looking for right there. Oh, I like it. I'm telling you, what ends up happening when I get into some of these looks, and I really like how these looks go. It's not a coincidence that that's the wrestler that ends up getting pushed. So why some people end up writing themselves almost out of the story. They'll be like, hey, change this and that and this and that and this, that, this, that. Then by the end of it, like, I don't like how it looks. Like, because it's not, when I'm doing the storylines, it's not how the storyline is in my head. 2, Fabian Shy is going to make her debut. Hopefully today. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Make sure this is the right one. Hold on, so 31. Oh, 31's way over? Okay, 16. Need a vest with 16. Ooh, could this be the one? Could it be the one? Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So that's there. Let's just look. I don't like it anyway. Oh, is it? So on her first day of school, she's going to make her debut. Break time's over. Hold on. I typically really like this one. Okay, let's just check this out. This is usually the vest. Let me take this. Man, there's one for Digital Dogs, which hopefully he'll be in the stream today. He's been sick, but recently starting feeling better and getting over whatever it was. And but it's funny with his character. I try and I try and I try to do different things with it beyond what I've already done with it. I don't like I cannot find a thing that I like. I can't find a different way to do it, is I guess what I should say. We're gonna go to Eagle next. This is something we're gonna incorporate in yours right there, Fabian. We downloaded. If we emboss it a little bit, what's that? Yeah, I like that. All right, let's go to Eagle real quick because I downloaded something that may or may not work. Some of the stuff, when I download the images, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I just know I'm like, oh, whoa, that's a cool image. What can we do with that? And then figure out which way to go with it. Guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. You notice right now, we got to keep it down. Everybody in the house, they're all sleeping. We got to keep things on the DL. Yeah. It's kind of Herbie's. If you took Herbie's old look and new look, that's almost it a little bit. Had him slim down a little bit. GC Rock's new look. All right, Eagle. First day of school and she's out. She's gonna need her energy though. So we changed up Eagle's look already anyway, right? But then I saw this one thing, and it might not be better than this. Or it might be. Regardless, that was cool. Okay. It's not what we're doing, but it was cool. Remember, if you guys have the game and you are like, hey, I would love to play with Eagle Star, and I don't have Eagle loaded up, and the easiest way to find our wrestlers is when you go in to search a wrestler, go in and search for TSW as the hashtag, and it'll pull up all the stuff that I do. But yeah, if there's a wrestler and he's not in there, you haven't seen him, just say, hey, can you upload this wrestler? And we'll do that. No worries. That one's going on Totes and Goats right there. There it is. All right, let's see if we can make this work. Right? Yeah, some kids are really happy for it one way or not happy for it the other way, and they end up having a hard time getting to sleep or getting the rest that they need for that first day, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like this. I think I like this one better. And it doesn't copy Ghost's face, you know what I mean? So it stays unique to Ghost. What is going on? Pasha, welcome to the stream. Not my birthday, but I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, it was funny. So my daughter was always the one like really wanted to go to school. And then my son was the opposite. Never wanted to go to school. Never wanted to attend. You know what I mean? Me, like, I think it is in October. Yeah. Right at dead in the middle of October. I wonder how old I am. It sounds funny, but I always forget. Like, I'm always close. I'm always close, but I have to do that math later. Like, right now, I would tell you I'm 46. Huh. Don't know. I'm very bad with, like, when you're looking at, like, the numbers, I'm great with numbers, but damn, that's a really good. Like, I am terrible with birthdays. I barely know my own. I'm the worst. Like, my friends, they have, yeah, I'm 46 or 47. I know that for sure. Ooh, Kamikaze Von Doom's new look. Kezaboo got a slightly updated look. Kylie got an updated look. May Majors, man, leader of the Four Horsewomen, don't really know what to do. So I deleted Matt from Assemble, and now that that new update came out, I re-download them now that the face is a lot closer. Miss Frost has an updated look. Mr. Sifter has a different look. McWayne has a different look. You know what? I can't. I've got one downloaded spot left. I've never. And what's funny about my one downloaded spot, it actually when I use it, JD, it's gonna have something to do with your characters. Nice. If I ever get space freed up, which don't get me wrong, I have retired wrestlers. I probably will retire some more. There's a storyline that I'm working on right now, which is why I've almost had to fill up all my wrestling spots. And I'm debating on this one last one. Hey, morning, McWayne. We'll look at your wrestler right after this. I have just never liked. I've never I really like her character, but I've just never liked this version of her character. So that's why she doesn't make it a lot. Hey guys, since there's a lot more of us in the chat, just so you know, I am pretty sure that after this, probably roughly 3 hours from now, whenever this ends, we may end this whenever, but whenever this ends, in about 3 hours, we are going to stream episode 2. I've been trying to do it at night. I can't get it in. So let's try this. Random hair generator. Not what we were trying to do. Like it's got to be long hair. If you remember in season 1, her hair, she'd come out and it'd be like really long, and then she'd get in the ring and it wasn't long anymore. It was short. Almost like she took out the hair extension she had in. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. Right now, we have some ideas, some storylines for the Sons of Abigail here in season 3. Yeah, if you could post those names, like maybe on the last video I did, like in the comment section so that I have them. So when I have time, I'll look them up. Oh. Okay, so that's the first. That's the first time I've seen hair that I actually like it. For some reason on her, the dreads just work really well. Okay, so hold on. We have that, and we have... No. This? That's the one. Okay. I don't need material. I do need color. Okay. Let's start with this. Dave, brother, welcome to the stream. That's enough to scare you. Yeah, I like that better. Can you see the problem with whatever this is? See the line right there on the chest? I don't get it. So then let's go... That's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys know how that scorpion went together, but... Oh, we got her on outfits here. Okay. I'm just delete the whole thing. Yeah, sometimes when you get, like, you'll work yourself into a situation where it's a certain way, and sometimes you just have to delete all of it to get out of that situation. I don't even know. I don't even see what... Oh, there we go. Okay. So we got that changed. Huh. That is kind of... I don't know. I like that a lot better than the way it was. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, hold on. Let's go to... How is... So I wonder... I wonder. You know, we could probably just take that off. And that'll give us... Yeah. Okay. Okay. So wrestling attire, right? Hey, you too, brother. Thank you for stopping in. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. We have to remember at the end of the day, like, she is Mrs. Bad Apples, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, hey, what's going on, Eagle? Welcome to the stream. I mean, yeah, but right now there's just no room for them. In order for there to be room, like, people would have to retire or be retired. So this was the idea we went after last time, but what about this? This on her. Yeah, I don't like that, but I think on her we need a different idea. We could do the same. We could do this one still. Like this was. Huh. Maybe we leave it there. So far, I haven't incorporated anything. You know what? Although we did completely just change her look. So I like much better. Eagle, we just got done redoing you a little bit. McWayne left again before he saw what he looked like. Yeah, and I debated on whether to do this or not. Like, I know you guys like seeing some of this stuff, though. So I figured I'd at least start the stream, let you guys see it. But again, remember, in about 2 hours and 50 minutes, we're probably... A lot could happen between now and then, but we'll probably be kicking off episode 2. Yeah, I like that a lot better now. Phoenix, we have something for Phoenix, actually. I am not sure how to incorporate it, though. That's part of the thing with Phoenix. Only certain pants will work. Well, not work, but work well. Yeah, you never know. Like, you never know. Who knows what's going to happen? Something could happen. They could get injured. We could have a retirement match. Oh. So we know the material here. It's got to be this. Let's get the colors right. Okay, so we have a couple things we will want to do. We got to get that out. Okay. So we'll have to come back to that. Can't see that anymore. Let's see if we can make this work. I don't know. This is a super cool image though. This is almost Phoenix's original pants too. Yeah. Interesting. So I almost think okay. Okay. So we know where to use that. If we can use the other image, it'll have to be on the knee pads. Okay, so let's go back over here. Unfortunately, you can't put both images on the knee pads right now. Like in 2K19, you could do it. 2K20, you could do it. 22, you can't. It just doesn't line up right. That was a really good guess. Look at that. It's like a phoenix rising from the fire. Right. Yeah, so Phoenix is going to have a new look. It's hard with Phoenix to get too far away from Phoenixes, you know what I mean? Try one more thing with this other Phoenix, though. Might go right in the center. We'll see what that looks like. Wish you guys could hear the music. But if you could, then it would be put a strike on the channel, so. It's interesting. Oh, I think we passed it. I did. Oh, I'm going to show you this right after we get done with Phoenix. I'm going to show you the Chris Jericho that we just did. Yeah, it's not going to be in the cards. Right there, it doesn't distort too bad. I might not even change her other look. We'll leave it. We'll leave our entrance alone right now. Then we'll see how it looks in the ring. Let me show you this Chris Jericho. I download the Chris Jericho, right? But the thing about it is, I hated the look. So I took Chris Jericho's old, new, current, medium, took all the looks and combined all of them. It's funny if Sting is my favorite wrestler, but if there was no Sting, Chris Jericho would be it. Rebecca's new look. Tidy News has a new look. Might take a quick look at Witcher 2. Look at Chris Jericho, though. It's pretty good. So you have Jericho Hall, the Jericho, Raw is Jericho, Jericho Holic. You have the Y2J boots. But if you remember, the whole reason we even have the Universal title is for that. So, hey, morning, Angel. Welcome to the stream, brother. Let's see now. Let's look at Witcher. Might be one thing we change on Witcher. The thing is, I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's a big image, so I don't know if it's small enough to fit. It's interesting. Really? Okay. Hold on, we'll look at that. Should be coming up. Right in here. Right in here. Come on, where's it at? I definitely went the wrong way to find it. There it is. Might be too big. I mean to actually get to read it. It says if rules are made to be broken, then so are your bones. Seems like a Witcher thing, you know? But now the question is, does that add to... Okay, so maybe not there. Guys, when we're not doing this, like, you've seen how many changes are, but this is what I do constantly. I'm like, what about this? What about this? What about this? That's the problem. 18, I can't go over 18. Okay, so then if we went with the material, leather, of course. The problem is with Wisher's hair. This time we learned we went the wrong way, though, to find it. So we'll go the right way now. It won't take that long. Should be right, probably 3 or 4 rows down. Yep, there it is. You see, here's the thing. This is where you'd want it. If rules are made to be broken, then so are your bones. All right, now Fabian. She's tough. She is tough. I want to. Hold on, let's do two other things. Actually, maybe we'll do it on your hair. We'll do the new technique. So if you guys own the game, I'm going to show you. I kind of showed you one time. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah. Well, excited, and it's going to be a lot of work. But I wish they'd release this game every 2 years, or even 3, but do a live service update for it, right? The thing with this was always going to be the base game, so there's a lot of stuff that they got to improve. I need them to bring promos back. Remember when we used to see John Cena come down to the ring, and then I would cut the promo for the people that would come down to the ring? It's a lot easier to tell stories that way. Yeah, I like this game better. Doing good, Ratty, doing really good. So, yeah, next iteration or the one after that, once they add more depth to the game, then I would like to see them go to like a live service game. I heard that they're supposed to come back, so I'm excited to see what it's going to be. You know what I mean? The nice thing is, I feel this time, if we're not quite done with the season, I can stream us making the cause again, but I can keep the seasons. Like, we could still stream off of this to do our show, right? But I could also stream off of the other one while we're building, like we're doing now, you know. But we could stream off the other one doing that too. Have I ever showed you guys how to get around it? Do you know how to get around? You know how we have so many titles? All of our titles are assigned on our show. If you don't know how to get around it, I will show it to you here in a second. There is a way to get around the number of titles on the show. It's a pain in the rear end, but it's not that hard either. Just takes a little bit of planning. In war, victory; in peace, vigilance; in death, sacrifice. That's what that says. I like that better. Now, the only thing is, I don't think it needs to be... There we go. Now we're able to read it a little bit. Yeah, I like that better. This is one of my favorite entrance attires right here. The way that it sets up, the way that you can see. It could be. Seems like Knights at the Round Table type of a thing. But the way it all shines with the entrance when you walk in, love it. At some point, though, we will change up, I think, this part of the character. Not yet, but coming up. I've got ideas on why things were done the way they were done. We have to get a little deeper into the story of the Silver and Black Knight before I change anything up. But part of the reason is why I haven't advanced what that means, because it could go one of two ways. And I haven't decided which way. And nothing has definitively happened to make me choose. Here, we're gonna go real quick. I'm gonna show you guys. All you have to do in one of the slots in every single show, and you can only share, I think, 2 or 3 titles between 2 or 3 main shows, not minor shows, but main shows. So if you go into what you want to do is take one of the titles. It doesn't have to be the world title. I typically do the world title. It's got to be in the same slot. So if world title should be in slot number 1, the slots matter. Your Money in the Bank has to be in the same show to make it work right. So if you see this one, it just happened to work out this way. Almost all the men's titles are in the Monday Night Meltdown show, right? In our Thursday night show, I happen to have this, but this is not necessarily how it goes. And I'm going to show you how to tie in the rest of them so that they become an active part. But typically, in this one, I did it this way because I can. You can do it this way. And then in your pay-per-views, make sure you share the Monday and the Thursday in this kind of a format. But now here's where we get different. So these two are minor shows, right? The Tuesday night and the Wednesday night. I had to make Friday and Saturday night main shows, even though we don't see them. Hey, what's going on, Game? Welcome to the stream, brother. Just going over some things to do. But then you would want to come into the championships here. And because in 22 you can have 3 main shows per pay-per-view. So you could have, like, for instance, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. That's why they did it. I make sure this is my third one. If it's these title belts, but I put all my specialized titles in this one. And then to latch them in together, the 2 shows with the expanded titles, right? I put this world title in this to bring them all together. So now when I do the 3 pay-per-views, because I put this title in both of them, it also will pick up the light heavyweight championship and the 2 intercontinental tag titles. So, but how I normally did it was in Monday and Thursday night, I would share the main world title. The only thing is, if you do that, because the positions, the slots do matter on how the computer will see it, the women's world title wouldn't have been held in such high regard. So one way to do it is to make a universal title, have it shared between 2 or 3 shows, take the world titles, like the men's world title and the women's world title, and then you put them in there. So you would drop off slot number 6, and you would put that into a 3rd show, right? On all of them. You could still have everything, but you would just bump all of these down 1, and then you would have these. So what I had to do is kind of map it out a little bit, especially in 2K19. In 2K19, it was nuts because you had to have shared titles in between all the shows, but you only wanted 1. So while, yeah, there's 7 slots, you're always taking up 1 slot with the same title. So now you can only have 6 slots per show, really. Yeah, there's 7, but you could only do 6 unique type titles. But it's funny, I have arenas for all of these. Wednesday Night Dynamite, Friday Carnage, and I use these 4 shows here to test things out. I never challenge for titles, so titles are never challenged for off air. And if it's going to be something that we want to challenge for a title on, that's why sometimes I'll stream like a Wednesday Night Wrestling. Hey Dave, welcome back, brother. I am from Alabama. Actually, I'm more from Texas, but I live in Alabama. So yeah. So if you don't have that many titles, if you don't have as many titles, like for instance, if you want to bolster the women's division, you could mirror the titles, right? That's kind of what we did here with the women's. We have a world title, we have an intercontinental title, we have the tag champions. So far, all those names are the same. We have the television, that's the same because we have a men and women's television. Now, we just changed this one to the Women's Extreme Championship where they will actually fight under hardcore rules. And we have the hardcore title for the men. We have a U.S. champion and a European. So the women's is the European champion, the men's is the U.S. champion. That could have won either way, right? They could both be the U.S., they could both be the men's, but we got a lot of titles. And then we have our specialized titles, the men's and the women's survival championship, the faction war title belt, which the NWO has never lost, ever. They're literally the only people. We have our Hunter Championship, and then we don't have to assign these. I just like, if we do, it keeps track of the champions, so a king and queen of the ring. And then I needed the overflow once we actually got the intercontinental title belts. And then if you look on the men's, like the thing that kicked the lightweight title out to the overflow is I debated whether to put the hardcore title on this show or the other one. But now, as long as I put Monday Night Meltdown, Thursday night, and Friday night, all the titles will be included in those pay-per-view events. And then our next pay-per-view event will actually be right there. So we don't need that. I like to leave those on for now, but if you go back now, oh, you can't go back. Never go back, never go back. So we've never really made it to a next year. I even thought about skipping ahead a few months. Just letting the game play itself out, but it'll challenge for titles, so it would take me a while to figure it out. But I think our next pay-per-view event, the one that'll happen right here, is going to be the Royal Rumble. We will speed things up. I've been dying to do a Royal Rumble pay-per-view, so I don't know. That sounds good. It's funny too if you've watched, like when I'm going through my images, I've actually got a thing where I've got on some of the images I've got Monday Night Nitro, Thursday Night Nitro, Wednesday night, Tuesday Night Nitro. They're all Nitro. They're all the Nitro symbols. So we could do. So far, every season's been 22 episodes. It was an accident, but that's what it's been. So we've had more like 19A, B, and C because we've had crashes. But there've been actual 22 episodes. And what's funny about season 2, I said that wasn't going to be it. But then look at this. Seriously. Witcher's characters change. We have her, Whitney West. That's different. I've changed Walter, the way Walter looks. I've changed Totes' look. I've changed T. Jones, Vengeance. Tiffany Terror, that's kind of new. She came in at the end, changed Tidy's look. English, that was kind of changed at the end too. Stretchy and Teddy, or Strudel and Teddy have changed a little bit. Stephanie Berry, who's that, right? Don't know. I know. Simba's looks changed a little bit. His look's going to change drastically, actually. Jumpman, new look. Sentinel's new look. Shy, who is that, right? That's Fabian's daughter in the chat, by the way. Rowdy's looks changed slightly in ring. Rob is actually, you think, I'm going to leave it like that, but Rob's got a drastic new look. That's not it. Phoenix new look change. The wrestlers some have gotten smaller and some have gotten bigger, right? Raiders new look, not a clown anymore. Rebecca's got a new look. Penny. I've never liked Penny's look since we've got into this season. So I keep tweaking. I like the screen form, but I just don't like how it's set up. Of course, Ozzy, we've seen her new look. Peyton Hardy, that's a new look. Night Violator's new look. Mr. Sifter's got a new look. You can't see it there. We obviously just changed her. She's got a new look. Maybe not really, a little touch up. Missy just changed. McWayne, completely new look. Almost back to the original look, but way, way, way better. Way better. I'm excited you guys will get to see him today. Yeah, some of them do. Not all of them, but some of them actually, we started doing that. We got Matt from Assemble, who we're going to see a little bit more. Lazara Lewis, brand new wrestler. Kylie's got a new look. Of course, Kyle, we changed at the end. Kempty and Cecil, drastically new looks. That's not it. Kezaboo, she's got a new look. Judge Julie has changed sizes. Obviously, Kedru's new look. Kamikaze, new look. Jade, size change. Jessica and Jane, new look. Joe Van, new wrestler. Jace, drastic new look. Herbie, new look. You guys seeing what I'm talking about? So then we get to this point. Grady has the new look. GC Rock, new look. Flash Jackson, who's that? Ed Cardoza, brand new wrestler. Digital, I've been working on a look, don't like it. Eagle's got a new look. Dragonoff I've combined two of his looks. Dave, right at the end, new look. Danny Ladd's new look and different size. Cross, new look. Christy, new look. Crimson, she looks the same, right? But now she's got tattoos, so new look. Chase, new size. Brody Steele, new character. Brute, new look. Cameron's got a drastic new look. I already said Cecil. Boom, new look. Awesome Christina, just tweaked her a little bit. Angel, obvious, new look. Angela Starr, completely different. Allison, new look. So when I was going through and doing that, I got to this point because it had been so long since I was able to actually stream the thing where I'm like, it is so different right now. It only makes sense. So I went through, I changed the arenas up a little bit, freshened them up for a different, season 3. There might be a few things we do a little different in season 3, actually, but there were so many changes. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Let's look at the championship. We're going to get to that. That'll be the next thing that we do. Edit championships. So we'll take kind of a closer look at the championships so you can see them. But the men's and women's championship have changed slightly. So now if you look, the back of this used to be black. And now it's not. I left the side plates alone, but this is actually metal now. And then the women's championship, hey, I'm with you. So I started doing a new thing. Now I've been intermittent fasting. Dude, my belly used to be out to like here. And I'm talking just a couple months ago. So I've been slimmed down a good ways to go. Like this, I'm not like, oh, look how skinny I am. I am not skinny. So this, all I did was add. So the bull's added in the background, but it wasn't because of the bull. I wanted the contours of the gold in there. So it still has the thing, but we just added more gold contours so it shines a little bit better and a little bit different. Well, and I'm in the gym too. I'm in the gym 4 times a week for an hour. So yeah, So we kind of did a little bit of that updating. I love these titles. Like they did such an amazing job. Here's some titles that I made that you've never seen. If I ever did a Raw and SmackDown show, which I thought about, I made a Raw World Champion. Look, I don't like the belts that not the main, not these belts. The belts that look like this, not a fan. If that was the one belt, the one Universal Championship belt, perfect. I would have this one, of course, but fine. But having that belt and then SmackDown, I don't like it as much, but you get the idea. But every other belt that we have, just double check and make sure. Yeah, every other belt we have is in the game. Yeah. All right. Hold on. You gotta get my puppies covered. That person needs their bankies. I made that monster though. So you gotta keep feeding the monster. So here ultimately is the tough part of this. I don't think we'll change the haircut here, but we will here. You'll see what I mean here in a second. This is going to be a little harder maybe than, or maybe it won't, who knows. Because it's hard to pull off with the black hair. Okay, clothing, no, appearance. Oh, Angel's naked. All right. So not color, but style, just style right now. Are you saying this is more like your hair? There's funny techniques on the belts, man. Like, it's not always what you think. Like, because I wanted the extra contours, you got to remember those belts typically are a little ways away. So we could have took that bowl and just expanded the whole bowl and then put everything over so that we had like the contours, and you would have never known it was a bowl. That's what I'm saying. Isn't this it? I don't know. Was it more combed over? Okay. That's not it. Maybe this one. Okay. So we're going to try. I've never done it with black hair, so we're going to try something. It's the only thing with this, like I wish. Yeah. So what this does, like you can barely see it, right? Which is the point. The better it is, it's like the less noticeable. You want it to go with the hair. There we go. If you ever notice, like in everybody's hair, it's not like, yeah, I have black hair, right? It's like my chin beard. Like it's got brown, and it's the only place. When I let this grow out, it's not gray. I have a couple gray hairs on the side of both. Couple. I mean, like 5 total on my head. Look at my beard, though. Gray all over it. But they're different colors. It's not always the same color. But they're very similar color. We did it kind of to Angela's hair a little bit. So you don't want the thing where you notice it's the lines. Like my buddy Joe, I did his hair, which I like, don't get me wrong. But that's how I started out learning the technique. It doesn't have to be perfect. But it makes a big difference when you look at like created wrestlers versus the wrestlers they put in the game. Because they've gone through and done this already. Okay. Yeah, seasoned. That's exactly right. So this one, because of all, I might be able to do it because I'm not going to get as detailed with the hair, right? But we have so much light coming off, it won't really matter. So we can just go here. Yeah, we added the angel on there. We found an image. Yeah, and we'll keep evolving. Trust me, because as I make it through all the wrestlers and just do like the little touch up and little freshen up stuff, I go back and I start really changing. So like Angel didn't change a lot, right? We kept the same thing. We changed some of the colors, which we did at the end of the last season. But and then typically per season, I want 4 pay-per-views. I think last one we had 3 pay-per-views. I'm doing something right now that I'm going back. Digital brother, welcome to the stream. I'm really glad to see you. Glad that you're feeling better, or at least on the backside of like the recovery. Um, but yeah, so like I'm going through figuring out all of the win-loss records only on TV, only in the shows that you guys have got to see. Now that we're into 3 seasons, right? Yeah, yeah. We will, but we can't do that every season if there's only 22 episodes in it. But at 4 pay-per-views, I figure roughly every 3 or 4 seasons, we'll have that one really big that changes everything. Big pay-per-views. and I've thought about, because of, just so you guys know, and I haven't done it. I asked you guys about a few of the things, like maybe doing an invasion, or what an invasion, or what would happen if we combined some of the wrestlers. Now that, seriously, now that Triple H is, and this is real life, now that Vince McMahon is retired and Triple H is now the head of creative, he's not the only one in creative. That's where I think people are, but he is the head of creative, and you've already seen much, much better wrestling and storylines and stuff. Think about when NXT was really, really good. That was Triple H. NXT 2.0, I don't know. It's all right, right? But it's not like it was. So then what if we saw a lot more crossover? What if we saw, what if we saw some of the older time wrestlers now really coming into TSW and wrestling? Would we want to see that? What if we saw maybe us one week here and there, maybe once or twice a season, where instead of us doing Thursday Night Wrestling, we invade Friday Night SmackDown? Or what if we just combine everything? You know what I mean? So here's what I want you to think about with Triple H. Yeah, he knows the business, but so did McMahon. Like everybody now, it's just like Al Davis. I'm a Raiders fan. Just like Al Davis. Al Davis did some things from 1960, well, 63, but in the 60s all the way through about 2002, about the time of their Super Bowl. And moving past that, all of a sudden the Raiders are terrible and blah, 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 blah. But if you look at what he was doing the exact same thing. It just, this time it wasn't working, right? So that's the same thing with McMahon. You go back and look at what McMahon was doing. McMahon went from doing these things that made the WWE huge and made them like really good. He went back then, and all of a sudden he was doing these things, except it wasn't working anymore. He was trying to choke out this competition, that competition, whatever. But when Jeff Jarrett started the TNA stuff, and then when Khan started the AEW, and went with all this, he's got people in the biz now that know how to beat the WWE. They're not beating the WWE, but they know how to. They've done it. WCW did it, right? 83 weeks. So you had McMahon doing these things that worked in the past, but they're not working today, because obviously the world has evolved, things have evolved, attention spans have evolved, and that super direct promo stuff, like where he's got to hear everything, that might have been the thing that helped him get past and start beating up. But he built superstars. AEW, why are they successful? They're building superstars. They're taking people and building them up to have more than one Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you have one Stone Cold Steve Austin, or I don't know, Roman Reigns, it doesn't work. Like who's fighting them? Brock Lesnar? Who else? You know what I mean? So it wasn't that McMahon wasn't great, but things started passing him, and he held on to the other thing too. If McMahon was, and Al Davis for that matter, but if they were the geniuses they thought they were, once they got to that point where they're like, huh, boy, this is a fight. Things aren't working the way, like, they had to recognize it. Instead of tightening their grip, he should have gave it to Triple H or to somebody else and said, hey, run with it. I'm actually going to step back from the operation, and let's see what you guys can do over this next year. But Triple H is going to do the same thing. He'll do very, very good for the business. I'm so excited that he's doing it, right? But Triple H is also going to hit a point where he's taking it as far as he can take it. Is he going to pass the torch? The Four Horsemen, if we just want to keep it wrestling, why didn't Ric Flair ever pass the torch? obviously was too old. He got to a point where he's really too old to be wrestling and be a Four Horseman, right? The only one maybe is Arn Anderson. Like that dude still right now, you look at him, you're like, God dang, dude looks tough. Paul Heyman, same thing. These guys have these crazy innovative ideas, right? But their crazy innovative ideas are in this lane. McMahon's was in this lane. Paul Heyman's was in this lane. Eric Bischoff's was in this lane. That vein runs so long, and then it doesn't run anymore. What's going on, Herbie? Welcome to the stream, brother. Okay, let's do this. I've got some stuff now. Let's see if we can... Let's see if we can do something here. I didn't plan on doing anything with Groening, but because I'd like the look for the most part. It's just part of the stuff. Here's some like mask tricks. So look at the image over there. Then look at how it looks on the mask. I would have never guessed. So let's check a few things. Well, I'll tell you right now, I like that way better. I would do yours right now, digital, but I tried, I was doing it this morning. Matter of fact, I even downloaded very special images to see if I can get it to work. I don't like it. I got to figure it out. You guys never get to see it, so look. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Fear does not exist in this dojo. Pain does not exist in this dojo, right? Yeah. I'll tell you what, I like that image. It looks like it was almost made to be on a mask. Yeah, that I'm digging. Okay, let's look at the lower body. This is another thing. It just doesn't, to me, just, to me, it just doesn't look right. What is this? Oh, what is that? See, I get into some of these things. Look, Chase of Spades right there. Yeah. That's my issue, is the red. Let's just see what this looks like. I'm gonna tell you guys, most of this stuff is when you do it, it's like it's a little bit of guess and check, you know what I mean? Okay, I like that better. Now we gotta fix these boots. Like, even if the boots are that color, right? Okay, for one, I like that a lot better. That dude is scary. Now, I did get a few extra like little things, so let's just check and see if we can. Let's just see if we can find something else. I think we're gonna look up a little bit. Paint the fence side to side, Danielson. Height, 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 height. You gotta love it. This is the only thing on Jericho that I don't have on him that I need to find a way. Hmm. Yeah, I'll be honest, I like that more. Yeah, there's a couple faction ideas that I have. Could be. We have to, so there's a couple things I'm just shocked that I haven't got them, and we're gonna take the pumpkin stuff off. I think that was fun. That was fun for a minute, right? I did enjoy the pumpkin for a second, but let's. Yeah, no, that is very, very true. Oh, that's cool. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you what. If you guys don't know about ravens, for real, like the bird ravens, not the wrestler. Um, yeah. Scott Steiner. You might want to look those things up. Don't jack with the raven. I'm just telling you. If they could ever figure that one out exactly, that would be something. Yeah, there's And back to the point on some other things. There's some stuff that I have wanted to do with Gruning, but there's a possibility that he's on his way to do his own stuff. Look, that is the original thing for Grady's cape. It's funny, like you got to figure out the thing you're trying to do. See, like in my head, this is going to look really cool. Nope, somebody already has that. That's a cool jacket. That must be for the British Bulldog. I think somebody already has this jacket too. Actually, I take it back. I don't think anybody has this jacket. So here's the thing with Madden. I stopped buying Madden, and everybody's like, "Well, it's the only football game out there." And I'm like, "Look, Star Wars fans, stop buying Star Wars." All of a sudden, 2 months, game was fixed. So I don't know. I'm still kind of holding out on Madden, and I love football. Love it. I just want them to fix it. Like, there's no way that the 2007 game can have more features than Madden 23, Madden 22, 21, all the way back. They just started taking away the stuff, and it's just frustrating. I'm so frustrated with it. I wonder. Oh, I can't wait for NCAA football. And if you go back to the old NCAA football and you look at NCAA football and Madden, NCAA proves that you can be innovative. They can do it. They asked the commissioner, Roger Goodell, about Madden last year, and he was like, "What? Makes a lot of money." And that's the thing that I don't get. No, 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 not the films. But yeah, I don't get me wrong. I get the films too. Although, if you are a Star Wars fan, this will blow your mind. Go on YouTube today, find a video that says Jar Jar Binks, Sith Lord, and watch it. George Lucas originally made it to where, so you know, Palpatine. It's going to take me a minute to remember the name. Palpatine's master, though, was rumored to have been able to transfer his essence. Only 2 Sith Lords have ever been able to do it. But transfer his essence to other things. So when Palpatine killed him, this is lore. When Palpatine killed, I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Killed him. He was super drunk, and he was trying to see how far he could get to death and come back from it. And then Palpatine killed him. But what's to say he didn't transfer his essence? So, what George Lucas was setting up, that he transferred his essence and transferred it and then ended up Jar Jar Binks. If you watch Jar Jar Binks will be in the background while like the generals are talking, and he'll be mouthing almost like he's mind controlling um, one of the generals to make him say and do the thing to put him in position. Then, before the Jedi walk into the room, every single time, Jar Jar Binks knows it. Like he senses it, and he goes to position himself in the different places before they're ever even announced as walking in. There's a lot of things. Right at the end, sorry, I walk and talk, right? Right at the end, they talk George Lucas out of making Palpatine anyway, Sidious's master. So I always thought it was very interesting. Yeah, but had it gone the other way, Jar Jar Binks wouldn't have ruined it for you. Jar Jar Binks is the only character in Star Wars to perform force maneuvers and not be force sensitive. Or was he? So yeah, go check it out. I'm telling you, it's very, very interesting. Okay, let's see if we can find something. We need an image. Look at that. Tuesday Nitro. Thursday Nitro. Wednesday Nitro. No, me too. Like I really enjoy seeing some of the stuff, and there's supposed to be a lot of Knights of the Old Republic coming in different forms, in video games, and hopefully the movie. That's the next trilogy of movies, because that's a really cool time with a lot of super cool characters. Not saying we're gonna put this on them, but we might put this on them. I can, and I might not like this silver. We might have to bring it back to black, but interesting. Yeah, I like Boba Fett. Matter of fact, I'm just watching the series right now. I just got done watching the Obi-Wan series. And, there's a lot of people in there all, upset about, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you, these series are some of the most Star Wars-y things I've seen since Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. By far my favorite movie. I mean, as far as Star Wars movies go. My favorite movie is Top Gun now, the new one. You're never going to see another movie like it, and I think that's why. Like once you look behind the scenes and see all the work those guys put into actually doing to making it real, like come to life, not real obviously, but come to life on the big screen. Mm. Hi. maybe there's nothing. So if we can't find... Yeah, that's what I was reading. I was reading that, like, there's people that were upset about Obi-Wan. I was like, what? I thought it was actually pretty good. Like, there's a lot of ways they can go with it. Okay, let's fix this color. That jacket looks like that should have that on there. Yeah, that's another thing. Like with the EA, that makes me worried. Yeah, the Ahsoka series, can't wait. Dude, I am telling you, like, I like Top Gun. I have quoted the original movie. I was in the army, right? Like I said, the army, my buddy would misquote that movie all the time and like turn it a different way. Like, and I like it. I didn't misquote it because I didn't like the movie. Love the movie. I would go. I tell all my friends, I'm like, you haven't seen it? Tell me when you're going. I'll go. They're like, yeah, but you've seen it 3 times. Yeah, I'll see it. I'll see it 100 times in the theater, and I'll pay for it every single time. That's how much I like it. Like, it is a really good story. It ties up some other things. I don't think you'll ever see another movie like it. Once you watch the movie, then like go to YouTube and watch what they actually did. They went through all the pilot, well, not all of it, but they went through a lot of pilot for months. Went through the pilot training, like the thing you see where like they may be passing out or like you could see the G's like on their face. That's real. It's not even a made up thing. Okay, I am I am liking this screening better than the other screening. There's other stuff we could do, but we're gonna hold off for a second on doing the other stuff. Yeah, I like this better than that. Yeah, Top Gun, absolutely classic film. And I thought that they were going to go too cheesy. Like when you start watching in the beginning, you're like, oh, these guys are going to cheese this thing up. As soon as they're in the bar, I'm not going to say, what happens in the bar, but as soon as they're in the bar scene, that was where I was like, oh, here we go. Like they're just going to cheese this up and the movie's going to suck. They took it right to the edge of the cheesiest thing they could do and then tied it all together. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. But I wasn't like, it's so cool in the beginning until after the bar scene was over. And then I was like, oh, keep doing that. Like, it's got to be, it's got to be like, but its own movie. And it's its own movie. If you knew the different things, like, obviously Kelly McGillis isn't in the movie, right? Um, But when they're sitting in the one commander's office in the original Top Gun movie, and you have Goose and you have Maverick, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm the general's daughter," and Maverick looks over and he says her name, and Maverick's like, "I'll tell you later." She's the girl in the movie. So everything's tied together, you know what I mean? Pretty impressive. This is how I do things. When I'm doing things with other wrestlers, I'm going through and so I have other ideas and things. Like I have some other ideas even for recon. We've seen Whitney West, right? But I'm not convinced that I shouldn't show you this, but I'm gonna show you. I can't help it. I can't even help it. You guys got to see this. So, right, Cecil Davis. And you were asking about alternate outfits earlier. That is mean looking. He does. I think there's a little camera help on some of that stuff. But Jesus. Like, I'm pretty sure Cruz is like 172 years old and more in shape than I am by far. He's lapped me a couple times on that in shape thing. Another example, like you have Cameron, right? And it's not just that, man. We've changed up like moves. You know, but I got a totally new respect for Tom Cruise after I knew this about him, but I just didn't pay attention to it. But the stuff he puts into these films are why they come out so good. When Mission Impossible comes out next year, they're already advertising it, but when it comes out, unbelievable. Guy does his own stunts. He is hooked. Mr. 20 Million a Flick is hooked to an airplane. Why, it takes off in the air and then lands with him on it. On the outside of the airplane. For real. I mean, that's some dedication. Like, it blows my mind. Let's look at Herbie real quick. Remember Herbie? Kind of slimmed down. Now he's like a medium-sized Herbie. So if you look at him in season 1, smaller. Season 2, much bigger, like way bigger than I'd originally planned. So we just, not a lot. We just pulled it back a little bit. Oh, yeah, dude's so short. So I think same thing with Harvey Hogan. Like, I'm not convinced he's going to be a mainstay. I'll tell you what I don't like for sure is this jacket. Yeah, it does. That's better than the weird pants he had on. Yeah, this is why, like, I figure we do this a little bit. Yeah, some people really like it. Some people, they're not fans. It's interesting though. Like, I always thought it was interesting, like, what it takes. That's the only thing. Like, look with the body style. Like, it warps the clothes in all the wrong ways. Like, that's not how that would fall on. So sometimes you're like, it's hard to find something that would really work. Okay, so that's one thing. It would have to be closed, it looks like. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, some do, some don't, for sure. Yeah, so now it looks like everything, like this might be the thing right here. Every time I'm like, this is gonna be it. It's not it. Maybe a jacket's not in this future. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that one thing I know for sure, that jacket is gone. Hey, hopefully we see you back a little bit later, Angel. Have a good day if we don't, brother. I swear to God, there's a different one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's the same thing. Here we go. Here we go. That makes more sense, right? Right? Okay. Now we're not going to watch a match, but we are going to watch these entrances. I'll show you guys like a little behind the scenes thing on what it looks like with so we'll go that way we can check out some of these guys real quick. Doesn't matter what it is, we're not going to watch the thing, but okay, I just changed Danny's. And then we're going to do Harvey. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're going to do Harvey. Then we're going to do Jace. And then I'm going to show you guys one of the arenas. Yeah, and we might end up going back to that. That's all part of the process for sure. Like here's the Tuesday night arena. We'll watch a little bit of the wrestling, but we want to see the entrances and the changes that we make to see, like, does it make sense? And the only thing with the towels is that I had the issue with was it still warps it the wrong way. With this thing, it's so big, it warps it down below, but it sticks out far enough to where you can't see it. And with his last name being Hogan, having like a little piece of Hogan. My favorite transformation, though, so far, where we've taken somebody and then completely changed kind of the look, was Angela for sure. And Jace might be the other. Well, GC Rock actually is probably the guy, and then probably maybe Jace.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 269 pounds, the Outlaw, Jay Wagner.
Dang, with that entrance, like I didn't change any body style, but he looks huge. I like those cards in the back. The Jace of Spades. That's the finishing move. Now we got Eagle.
And his opponents, first, from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 228 pounds, the United States Champion, the Eagle.
It's a nice thing about Eagle's attire. Like if you look at it, it still works really well with the belt, like the championship belt. Eagle's entrance has changed. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Who do you think won the most matches, singles and tag combined, but actually won the most matches? Was the person who pinned, maybe I should say it this way, the person who pinned the most people. Who do you think that person was out of all 92 wrestlers?
And
I bet you'll never guess it.
From New York, weighing in at 253 pounds, the legend, Danny.
Danny, different entrance, new look. Remember, it counts singles matches and tag team matches. Yeah, you didn't see it coming. Like you're like, man, where did Danny's thing go? There it is. Bam, bam, in your face.
And from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 434 pounds, the Hammer, Harvey Hogan.
That's a cool deal. I think after this, what we'll end up doing is taking a break, and then somewhere at the top of next hour, we'll get our stuff together, get a little bit more coffee. I mean, we'll get all kinds of fired up, and we'll do episode 2. Yeah, Eagle looks good. Yeah, he's the only one that's that body shape. Like, he's the big guy. You know what I mean? Of course, he's a totally made-up character. I don't think anybody would volunteer to be their body shape. So Danny Lads is bigger, too. Like, he was... You remember in Season 1 he was a cruiserweight. In Season 2 he was a lightweight. Now he is barely in the heavyweight category. And of course Harvey Hogan, one of our super heavyweights. Eagle Star is a light heavyweight going up against a super heavyweight. So move detection or weight detection happens when you're doing, you can't perform all your moves against the guy. When you try, you may not get away with it. So the funny thing is, if you look at Danny Lads and you look at Kedry, by the way, might have the best winning percentage. I think it was like 8-2. Recon Delta might have the worst. In Season 2. Cecil Davis had the most wins, if you count tag team. So what was really weird, in the tag team with him and Kempty, I think Kempty only pinned 2 people in the tag match. Cecil pinned the rest of them in all their wins. Now, I haven't figured out just straight tag team and whatever. It was just individual, whether you're in a tag or singles match. And I recorded them that way to know that I was also going to go back through, I got to go back through, record all the teams. I got to go back through, do it for the women. I want to see what the difference is in Monday night and Thursday night, like Monday night record, Thursday night record, pay-per-view record. Look at Danny clearing off the table. Now, we've seen it before, but never seen him use it. So, well, that's cool. I think the guys look good. Yeah, 434 pounds, like big boy. But here's one of the things I do, like this, just to kind of, I'll go in here and you can go to images to find these different images. And every couple days, now I've done it, you might find something where, like, that could be a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Some ridiculousness on some of this. Like that. I typically don't do things that take up the whole square, but stuff like this, because you can put that against any different background, right? Like, this would be really cool if it wasn't on a black background. High Kings, you know, I don't. That looks pretty cool. Looks like a night thing, you know. Sometimes when you've been on the game too long and then you go in and you look and you try to go back, it stops you. So, guys, anyway, that's going to do it for right now. Again, at the top of next hour, or maybe even a little bit before, we are going to kick off episode 2 and get that going. Should be interesting. We're going to debut a few of the wrestlers and some of the ones that have like the new looks, like their new looks. Yeah, we've seen some of them, but we'll get a little bit more into that. Get a little bit more into the storyline. Toast will get the announcer voice and stuff going. But hey, guys, thanks for stopping in and supporting all this. Very cool. Means a lot. And it'll be a fun time for sure. So we'll do episode 2 here in a little bit. So we'll catch all the rest of you guys soon. Hey, let people know it's getting ready to happen. Things are going downtown. We got about an hour to figure it all out. Till then, guys, peace.